In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to create a thematic map series. And what that means is that because we have a lot of variables and we're going to create a similar type of thematic map for all of them, we can create it at once using some dynamic text and some built-in functionalities in ArcGIS Pro. The only layer that would be different is the median income, which will have 10 classes. The rest you can see starting from here. This is the below poverty level, have 5 classes, and the rest of the things such as a scale, map credits, north arrow, and the title. Especially with the title, the top sentence and the bottom one will remain the same. The middle one, which is the layer name, will change, and the legend will change. So if you pay attention to this layer name, the layer and the legend, you will see those changes, but rest of the elements remains the same. So this is no vehicle available, and this is one or more individuals that are above 60, receiving food stamps, social vulnerability index, children under 18, and one or more individuals with a disability. So how do you do that? First of all, you have added the Cook County projected layer from the Lab 4 GDB here. First, we are going to right click on the layer, go to symbology, and then change the primary symbology to graduated colors, and then choose, let's say, SVI, starting with the first one, and method I'm going to use quantile, but I highly recommend kind of playing around with different methods here and kind of understand how the maps look different. So I'm going to choose quantile, and I will keep the class number as 5, which is kind of the lowest. That's because we want to keep it simple so that we can interpret the results. And I would change the color scheme to something, let's say green, and this is 5 classes already divided. And then I'm going to also change the outline. So I'll click on more, format all symbols, properties, and outline width to 0 because I don't really want the outline. And you have seen in my maps that I just showed, the base map I have used this human geography map. You can use any other maps. I just wanted to show this label on top of the map so that we can identify the neighborhoods when we are trying to kind of interpret the results of social vulnerability index. So I'm going to drag down the detail and the below, and detail doesn't really, the base doesn't really have much information other than just making it lighter. So so the next step is we are not done with symbology yet. So the next thing is that these values here, if you see the label, there are multiple digits after the decimal. We do not need so many, so I'm going to format the labels and make this into, so we'll go to this last icon, which is advanced symbology options, and make the decimal places to 2, and that will update the label to 2 places. So and the last thing is changing this name into social vulnerability. Okay, so this is how we are going to create each of the layers. So right click on the finished layer, then copy this layer, and we are going to create a duplicate of this layer. So select the map 2 and paste. So you can see a duplicate. Now we are going to highlight this top layer and change it to, let's say, percentage no vehicle, or whichever you want. And I would like to change the symbology so that when we go through the maps, we identify different layers. So I just chose this purple, and go ahead and format the labels to 2 places after the decimal, and then change the name of the layer to no vehicle available. Okay, click apply. Okay, and you see that the label is now in the bottom, so it's kind of hiding all the labels. We kind of have to move that to the top, and I would recommend doing that at the end when you're done with creating all the layers by copy pasting, so on and so forth. I have done all of them already, including creating the median household income, which will not be part of the map series. So for median household income, same base map, however, you can see it's a defined interval. And when you choose defined interval, you can type in the interval size, which I have typed in as 25,000, and it automatically creates the class 10. And for the median household income, really you can just create a simple map layout that you have done before and export it. But before you go ahead and do that, let's do the thematic map for the rest of the layers. So as I mentioned, I have already done for all the layers. You can see all the layers, but it kind of looks different than what I showed you in here. So once you are done with all the layers here, what you can do is, and for you guys there will be more layers, what you can do is hold on to the control key and select individual layers, like by clicking on the layer name, and right click and click on group. And once you do that, it will group all the layers under this name, and then click onto the group name. It will say new group layer. You will go to the properties and here name it as thematic. Now again, click onto the group name and change the group type to radio. What that does is that it creates this radio button, which is kind of nice because then you don't have to uncheck every layer. So as soon as you change the radio button, the other layer is kind of whichever layer you choose is visible and the other layer is switched off. Now we are going to create the layout. So we'll go to insert, new layout, portrait, and in here we are going to insert the map frame, which is map 1, and go to layout, activate, and zoom in and place the map so that you have enough room for all your cartographic elements. Close activation. Now go to the map series here, and you can see the thematic option is available. If this is not grouped, this option will not be available. We will not change anything in this option. We'll just go to the metadata, and in here you will just add data credits, and that will be US Census 2023, and map credits your name, and you will click OK. And please go ahead and type out everything. I'm not doing that because I already have everything done. You can see my layout kind of map series page shows up like this, and if it doesn't show up, if it looks like this for you, you have to just go to the list map series page by clicking on to this icon. And what it does is that you can just go back and forth between different layers. Go ahead, add legends. So let's say add the legends, and again format the legends so that it looks nice. Also add scale bar, north arrow. The only thing that is dynamic here is the title, so we'll go ahead and from the map series I will click on page name. If this is not created, like if the map series here is not created, this map series option in the dynamic text will not show up. So make sure that this map series process that we went through is done first before you insert the page name. So we will click on to the page name here and drag and place it. In this case, what we will do is delete the page name part, and we would just say percentage of household, and then in the next line it will be the name of the layer, and then Cook County, Illinois, 2023. And then you can actually do some formatting by clicking on to these text symbols, position, changing, making it in the center, and so on and so forth. So in this way, I created this page, and once you are done, and you can always click on refresh map series if you have changed something and it's not automatically updating. Then you will go to the share and click on export, and that will take you to your folder. I have created a separate folder, so all my maps are in one folder like this. And then if you click on export, it will export each of the layers, and I think in this case there are 7 layers that will be exported individually, and it will be named automatically as thematic maps and the rest as the name of the layer. And you can change that. If you go to the map series option, you can change if you want to print all pages or selected pages. So I printed all pages, so that's an option in future if you want to just print selected pages. But for this lab, you're going to do all pages.